All right, so diving in deep today, and I mean really deep, into this idea of the choice in the law of one. It's kind of a big deal, right? Archetype 22,
Oh.
the ultimate archetype. But, like, what actually makes it so special, so different from all the others?
Yeah, it is. You hit the nail on the head there. It's not just another archetype. See, a lot of the others, they're open to interpretation. They're fluid, they've got layers. But Ra is really specific about this one. Only 22, the choice, is relatively fixed and single, they say. And that right there, that should tell you something. That's Ra saying pay attention.
Right, like flashing red lights around this one. So it's not just one concept among many. It's like the foundation of the whole thing. It's existential even.
Exactly. It impacts your spiritual journey, your potential, like where you're even heading, in terms of what they call harvestability to the next density. This isn't some theory in a book. This is about you.
Okay, so hold on. I'm getting little choose love and light vibes here. Like, is that all it is? Just say the right words and boom, you're good.
Oh, no, no, not at all. You're picking up on something important there. The foreword to book 4, that's where they really lay this out. This is the choice for the seeker. But it's not about what you say. It's deeper. It's about what you do.
Right. So actions speak louder than words. Rather than messing around.
No, they're not. It's about how you live your life every single day. The actions, those are what matter. Just thinking nice thoughts isn't going to cut it.
Okay, so get specific. What choice are we even talking about here?
It boils down to this: service to self or service to others. STS or STO. It's that fundamental. And this is what makes Architect 22 unique, you see. It's the culmination, the final point in the journey. Every single interaction you have, it's a chance to connect or to separate. That's the choice you're making constantly.
Whoa, okay. I'm getting chills. It's intense, right? Rad talks about third density being this, like crucible, where your spiritual self is forged in the fire.
That's it. That's the image. And it's the veil, that forgetting of who we really are, that makes this whole thing so powerful.
Sacred amnesia recalls everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And you see, above third density, Ra explains that it's more obvious how connected everything is. But here, we forget. And that's what makes choosing love or separation a real leap of faith. You don't know for sure what the outcome will be. It's an act of will.
So it's a huge decision.
Yeah,
But we're not just making it once and then we're done.
right. Nope, not at all. This choice, it keeps coming back. The whole spiritual path, even in the higher densities, it's about refining that original choice. So no matter where you are on your journey, this is relevant.
This is making me think about the tarot differently. Like, we often think of it as this mystical fortune-telling tool, but Ra gives us a whole different perspective.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They actually say that the tarot, with its 22 archetypes, it was designed as an evolutionary tool. Think of it as a blueprint built into third density to help us along.
So, like a curriculum for the soul, in a way.
Yeah.
And the ultimate lesson, the final exam, is the choice itself.
Precisely. You've got 3 groups of 7 for the mind, body, and spirit. And they all lead to that last one, the choice. It's not just the last card in the deck. It's like the entire deck distilled into one single defining decision point for your soul.
And just to reiterate, because this is so crucial, unlike those other archetypes, which you can interpret in different ways, the choice is different. Ray keeps saying it's fixed and single.
Yeah. There's no ambiguity here. It's that basic fundamental fork in the road: service to others or service to self. And that might seem simple, but trust me, the implications for your soul, infinite.
You know what really struck me when I was reading through the material again? Ray themselves, even as a sixth density being, a collective consciousness at that level, they admitted they didn't fully grasp the significance of the choice at first.
Right. Think about that for a second. If a being of that level had to circle back and go, wait a minute, this choice thing is even bigger than I initially realized, that should tell us something. This isn't some casual everyday decision.
It's serious business. The text describes it as soul engraving. Like, think about that. This choice is etching itself onto your very being.
Exactly. And this is a good point to remember. All these archetypes, including the choice, they're not some external force controlling you. You have free will.
Right, they're like maps.
Yes, maps of your inner world. They show you the landscape, the paths you can take, but you're the one who's walking the path.
So it's not even about predicting the future or anything like
No,
that.
no. Ross says it was meant to be a training aid in developing the magical personality. That's
Yeah.
a whole other level.
Well, working with the choice, it's not just an intellectual exercise.
Nope. It's a magical act. And the goal, to become the embodiment of that choice in your daily life. To live it, breathe it, it goes from being a concept to a force within you.
Okay, let's break down why third density is so uniquely the place for the choice. Ra says, the statue is forged in the fire.
That statue being your soul, of course.
Huh.
And it's unique here because you have this intersection of three things: the veil, the catalyst, and this need for polarization.
Okay, the veil, we touched on that. It's the sacred amnesia, that forgetting. So why is that so key to the choice you're making?
Because forgetting creates this space of genuine uncertainty. You don't know for sure what the consequences will be. And that's what makes choosing between love and separation such a powerful act of will.
And it's not like a solid wall, is it? The veil. I mean, there are cracks.
Right. Ross says there are vivid opportunities for piercing the veil. Like when you experience deep love or real suffering, or even when you encounter someone who's really strongly polarized in either direction, those moments can give you glimpses beyond the veil.
And then you've got catalyst, and Rod defines that as all that assaults your senses. That's pretty broad.
It is. Everything you experience, all those raw, unprocessed experiences, that's all catalyst. But here's the thing. You filter it through your biases, through the veil, and that's what leads you to react in ways that either lean towards service to, fear, control, separation, or service to others, empathy, forgiveness, unity.
So it's not the events themselves, but how we react that matters. And it seems like the more we choose one way, the easier it becomes to keep choosing that way.
Absolutely. Like Ross says that for someone on the service to others path, the more they practice, the more they just naturally see the good, the loving interpretation in everything. It builds on itself.
And this all leads to polarization. Why is choosing a side so crucial for our spiritual growth?
Because it's necessary to move forward. Rod's very direct about that. They say polarization is necessary for harvestability from third density. Your readiness to go to the next level, it's tied to how strongly you've chosen a path.
It's amazing, isn't it, how even how we perceive the world becomes polarized over time.
It really is. Like if you keep choosing love, keep looking for those positive interpretations, it literally becomes the lens you see everything through.
Okay, so practical advice time. What can we do in our daily lives to embody this choice?
Rod gives us some great tips. First, see everything good and bad as catalyst, as opportunities to choose. Then, use your interactions with others as mirrors. How you react, that shows you where you're at. A good question to ask yourself is, am I choosing fear or love right now? And lastly, remember every act of kindness, forgiveness, every time you choose humility, that's you polarizing towards service to others. Even the smallest things make a difference.
So let's talk about the difference between STO and STS. Ra uses this really beautiful metaphor describing STO as radiant and STS as absorbent.
I love that metaphor. Service to others, it's like a light shining outwards, love given freely. And service to self, it's like drawing power inwards for control.
What's crazy is the difference in the passing grade for each path. It's way harder to graduate from third density if you're STS.
For real, to be harvestable for fourth density, you need 51% service to others, but for service to self, it's a whopping 95%.
Wow, 95%. That's intense.
It is. And Ra even talks about the negative path needing great dedication. There's this space between 50% TO and 95% TS. They called it the sinkhole of indifference. If you're not strongly choosing either way, you're stuck.
This is a big one, and it might not be obvious what makes an act positive or negative. It's not the action itself, but the intention behind it.
Absolutely. You can't just look at what someone does and judge. The key is, why are they doing it? Like feeding someone. That could be pure compassion, service to others, or it could be about wanting praise, wanting control. It's all about what's going on inside.
Okay, but why is all this choosing, this polarization so important? Like, what's the point?
It's about more than just moving on to the next level. Ra says that the work done in fourth and fifth density, it's fueled by the choices we make here. The purpose of polarity is to develop the potential to do work. Without choosing, there's no energy, no momentum for growth in those higher realms.
So how do we actively choose STO in our daily life?
Ra says, share the love you know. Share the love of the Creator. It'll look different for everyone, but there are some common threads. See others as the Creator, practice acceptance and forgiveness, and just offer love freely without trying to control anything. And you know what? Even the tough experiences, the ones that seem bad, they can help you lean more towards STO if you choose to see them that way.
And can we switch paths? Like if someone feels stuck in STS, can they change?
Yes, you can. And get this. Ross says the more polarized you are, the easier it actually might be to switch because you've got that strong will, that clear intention, and you can redirect it. It's the people in the middle, the ones who haven't really chosen, they're the ones who have a harder time.
So we make this choice here. What happens to it when we move on to higher densities? Does it just disappear?
No way. Third density, it's special. It's intense because of the veil, the catalyst. Ray even says, the statue is forged in the fire. This is a type of intensity which is not the property of fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh densities. Third density is where it's made, and then that choice becomes the foundation for everything else. It's the starting point.
So in fourth and fifth density, it's like we're building on that foundation.
Exactly. The work done in those densities, it's all powered by the polarity you gained here.
Yeah.
In fourth density, positive beings work together in these social memory complexes, deepening their connection and service to others. And the negative ones, they form these group consciousnesses based on control. But both sides, their very existence there, it's fueled by that initial choice you made here.
And then in fifth density, it's not so much about making the choice anymore, it's about intensifying it.
You got it. They're not picking a new path, they're just going deeper into the one they chose. Wisdom for STO, control for STS.
What about sixth density? Is polarity still a thing there?
This is interesting. In sixth density, polarity merges. Ross says positive-negative polarity is a thing which will, at the sixth level, simply become history.
Wow. So the whole idea of the choice, it transforms as you go up.
It does. You see, the soul realizes that the creator is both self and other self. So the reason for service to self kind of disappears. It all leads back to unity eventually.
Ra says something super powerful about the choice.
Hmm.
The axis upon which the creation turns. Like, whoa!
Right. This seemingly small decision we're making here, with all these limitations, it sets the direction for everything. It's that crucial. Even the way third density is designed, with the veil and the archetypes, it all points to how important this choice is.
So what determines if we can graduate to those higher densities? Is it still about that percentage of service?
Not exactly. In fourth and fifth, it's about how much light you can handle, how much love, how much unity. And your capacity for that, it comes directly from the clarity of the choice you made back here. So the clearer your choice, the more light you can hold.
Okay, let's talk about how the choice shows up in the other archetypes, especially in the mind.
Yeah. The whole archetypal system, it reflects your soul's journey. And the choice, it echoes through the mind's significator and transformation archetypes.
So the significator of the mind, remind me, which one is that? And how does it relate to this whole process of choosing?
That's Arcanum V, the Hierophant. Ra calls it the dynamic entity which absorbs, seeks, and attempts to learn. Basically, it's you, the seeker, trying to figure out this whole polarity thing, navigating the light and dark within yourself.
Now, how about the transformation of the mind archetype? That's ZI, the lovers, right? The two paths.
Yeah, but Ra actually gives it a different name. They call it the transformation of the mind. And this is where the choice is like woven into your subconscious. It's that constant decision point, choosing between light and dark in your mind. This is where your character is really formed based on the choices you make over and over.
So archetype the 6 is where the rubber meets the road, mentally speaking.
Exactly. It's you at the crossroads, plus those pulls towards STO and STS. And Ra points out those who choose separation, they often face harsher catalysts mentally. But the right-hand path, the path of service to others, it's got a built-in protection, you see.
Interesting. So there's like a cosmic safety net for STO. What about the great way of the mind? The chariot?
Yep, the chariot is like the culmination of that mental journey. You've chosen, you've been transformed, you're integrated, and now your mind is this vehicle of will. It can take the choice you've made and make it real in the world.
So the whole system is designed to help us make this choice.
That's right, Rick confirms it. Built into the basis for the archetypes is the mechanism for creating the polarization in consciousness for service to others and service to self.
Okay, big picture stuff is awesome, but let's talk practical again. How do we live the choice every day?
Ra's very straightforward about this. They say, this choice will not be made by saying, I choose the path of love and light. This choice is measured by the individual's demonstration of his choice. It's not a one-time declaration, it's everything you do.
And there's one practice that Ra keeps coming back to that helps us align with this choice.
Oh, absolutely, meditation. Ra can't emphasize this enough. It's not about escaping reality. It's about seeing your motivations clearly, aligning yourself with the path you've chosen. Ra even suggests that all your biggest questions, you can find the answers in meditation. It's powerful.
And Carla, the one who channeled the Law of One, she had a beautiful perspective on this too. She talked about a sacramental approach to everyday life.
Yeah, I love that. Carla believed that even simple things like doing the dishes, taking care of a child, it can all be spiritual practice. It's about bringing that awareness of all is love into everything you do.
And Ra gives us this three-part practice for mastering ourselves, which ties into all of this.
Yes, know yourself, accept yourself, become the creator. Those are the steps. Clear away the blocks, see your own biases, and then you can align yourself with that higher energy. And that's how you really live the choice.
It's a good reminder that the path of love, it's not always flashy. It's often quiet, internal work.
Exactly. Just like the Confederation, they offer truth without forcing it on anyone. The goal is to inspire others to look within, to make their own choice.
And we always come back to that image of the choice, the axis upon which the creation turns.
It's profound. Every little moment, every choice, even seemingly small ones, they matter.
So as we go about our day, we're the significator making those choices.
Maybe try this. Take a moment, breathe, and ask yourself, where is the love in this moment?
Because, as Ra reminds us, each moment contains love. That is the lesson goal of this illusion.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Remember, you're already on the path. Every step can be a choice made in love.
And as you make those choices, remember, to choose love is to turn the axis of the universe. Namaste. We'll connect again in the next density of our exploration.